We are continuing in this lesson with similar polygons. There's a lot going on here with ratios, and we're going to learn a new way to solve these ratios. So what I need to look for on this first one is I need to look for, well, let's try to see which sides are corresponding with each other. So AF, I would say, corresponds with ZV. Because they're both pretty slanted, and I think that this one would have to have a rotation to look like the top one. So I know I already have this set up. I wouldn't look at that quite yet. I'm just looking over here at the pictures to figure out which sides correspond with which. The other thing that's important to note, I think 9 corresponds with 6, and that's big, because for this to work, we need to figure out which two sides are both given to us. Like this one isn't given to us, it's got a y in it, and this one's not given to us because it has an x in it. But these two sides are given to us as real numbers, 9 and 6, and they correspond. That's huge. I'm going to put this one on top because I see it first. So 9 over 6, that's where this is coming from when I make my ratio. The x over 10 is coming from, well, I'm trying to find x. So if 9 is coming from this picture and I put it on top, then the x also has to be on top over here. So that's where I got this fraction from. So 9 in the first image over 6 in the second image should be equal to, their proportion should be equal to x in the first image and 10 in the second image. Then it's just up to me to solve this for x. Here's how I like to do that. I like to cross multiply and divide. So the 10 and the 9 will be multiplied, and the 6 and the x will be multiplied. This is called cross multiplication. So what we get is 90 equals 6x. That must mean x equals, what? This is a brain fart, sorry. I am going to do this on a calculator. It's good for you guys to have a calculator out for this as well. 15, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. 15, yes, okay. All right, so x is 15, that means this length here is 15, and we're done with that. Now we need to focus on the y. Well, which side corresponds with the y? I already kind of said that I think the 12 goes with the 3y minus 1. So that's why I have the 12 on top and the 3y minus 1 on the bottom. The 9 over 6 is also good to have, that way we can set up our cross multiplication. So now, I'll do 12 times 6 equals 3y minus 1. That's being multiplied by that 9. Okay, so now I'm going to distribute that 9. So 12 times 6 is 72. 9 times 3 is 27y minus 9. Okay, let's add 9 to both sides. 72 plus 9 is 81 equals 27y. So y would equal 3. There we go. So again, that's not really finding the length of the side, but that is finding y, and we could plug that in if we wanted to find the length of that side. Number 2, let me erase this stuff quick. Number 2, the pentagons are similar. Find the length of x, find the length right here of QR. Now we can do this a bunch of different ways, but I'm just going to use this 3 and 3.6 as my first fraction. 3 over 3.6, and then to get x, I would have to pair that with the 5, and since the 3 was on top, then the 5 has to be on top. And I'll do 3.6 times 5 equals, and that's just coming from my cross multiplying, and then that equals 3 times x, or 3x. So 3.6 times 5 equals 18. That must mean x equals 6. Next one, I already have it set up, but again, I'm taking the 4 over 32 because those are two numbers that correspond with each other that I don't have a variable with them. Then I just took the 7 and the x. I put an x there because there was a question mark, and now I'm going to try to find it. 7 times 32 equals 4x. So let's see. 7 times 32 is 224. Divide both sides by 4, and we get x equals 56. And I mean, that makes sense, and you can think about it like that. It makes sense because it should be the longest side of the triangle, because over here this one was the longest side of the triangle, and so it has to be more than 40, and it is. Number 4, we have it set up already. I saw the 24 and the 8. That's why I did this fraction right there. And then I took the x over the 5. Those are my two proportions. So 24 times 5 equals 8x. So then we get 120 equals 8x equals 15.